Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Gretchen, and today's video I kind of wanted to just go over what to keep in your car, for toddlers, kind of like essentials, emergencies, toddlers and small children. So I have a 5-year-old and my son will be 2 soon. So I bring this up because I had a few weeks ago the unfortunate experience of needing some emergency essentials in my car, and I did not have them. So just to give you a backstory, it was a few weeks ago, and I was taking my daughter to Disney on Ice, and so it was just my daughter and I, and then my sister-in-law and my niece, and so we left the boys with sitters. So I left my son with my sister, who was the sitter for him, and I'm getting to her house. We're like an hour and a half out for the show to start, and we wanted to get there a little bit early, plus we wanted to eat. So my sister does not live near me. So as I'm arriving to her house, I realize all of a sudden that the wonderfully packed bag that I had, the baby bag with the diapers and the wipes and the pajamas and the blankets and the snacks and the dinner, everything, his lunchbox, his baby bag, I had left at home. And at this point, it was too late for me to turn around. We would not make it to the show on time if I did. So I was like thinking in my head, mom fail. Ever had that moment where you're like, oh my gosh, I have failed as a mother? Yeah, we all have them. It's okay. Well, that was one of my big moments. And I was like, what am I going to do? He has nothing. So I remember I had a fabric bin in the back of my trunk, which it was my mentality, my thought process in the beginning was to have that as an emergency, like have diapers and wipes and things like that in case of an emergency, except for I never really followed through with actually preparing it. So I started, and I believe I had, at some point I had diapers and wipes in there, and that was about it. And then a onesie that like no longer fit him, that was out of his size. And so I go back there to check, because I remember that I had that in there. Go back there to check, just crossing my fingers that it is there. And to my wonderful surprise, the only thing that I had there was a big pack of brand new wipes. I had used the diapers, the onesies didn't fit him, there were no snacks, there was no sippy cup, there was no nothing. So at this point, I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And I'm taking my son out of the car, and of course he had a blowout. Like, awful diarrhea. It was just completely like the cherry on top of the cake. So my sister just looks at me and she's like, what am I supposed to do? I don't have anything here. I don't have diapers. I have the wipes in that bin, and that was it. I didn't have anything else for her emergency wise. So she was like, had no idea what she was going to do. Poor thing. So I called my husband because he hadn't left the house yet, and he was actually going to be on his way to softball, but he wasn't leaving for like another 2 hours, so he had to leave. Thankfully, he was still at the house, and at some point in time in the evening, he was able to bring the bag to my sister's house. But in the meantime, my son has a blowout diaper and no diaper to change him. So thank goodness that her neighbor has a baby and it was a size down from the diaper size that he wears, but she let my son have one, just because of the situation. Thank goodness, bless her soul. And until my husband came to drop off the bag and all of the stuff. But so then I thought about it after that, after of course thinking, oh, I'm a horrible mother. What in the world was I thinking? Like leaving the baby bag completely. So it is an awful feeling when you realize that you don't have anything for your kid and you're out in the road and there's like nothing and you're trying to get somewhere. It was the worst feeling ever. I just felt terrible. So after that, I made it a priority and I said, you know what? I have got to get it together, make some emergency stuff like a bin in the back, just something that has things that I might need in case I ever forget the diaper bag or ever forget or don't have diapers or anything like that. I want to be prepared next time. I don't want to be feeling like horrible that I don't have anything for my son. So, in the back of my car, and it's nothing fancy, okay? Don't think that you have to go out and buy a bunch of stuff and, oh, I need a special... No, find a basket, find a bin, find something that you can keep in your trunk. Whatever it is, something that you can keep stuff in. So, in my case, it is this wonky looking fabric bin. Okay, you see how it's kind of like, it's been full and it's been destroyed, it's been beaten up. But guess what? It works to hold the stuff that I need and put it in the trunk. So, my first advice to you would be keep at least 3 to 4 spare diapers in that bin. If you can keep them in like a large Ziploc bag or something, that would even be better, just to keep them from getting hard or anything. So that is my number one, diapers. If you have a child in diapers, keep 3 to 4 extra diapers. You never know when you might need it. Along with diapers, wipes. Now, this is a small one that I actually keep in the front of the car. In the bin, I have a large one, brand new, not opened, fully sealed. So, diapers and wipes. So if you're ever in an emergency and you don't have your baby bag on you, you know that you have diapers and you know that you have wipes. And that is better than having a child with a diarrhea diaper and not having a diaper to change him in. So, another one that I would suggest is having extra sippy cups. So this is actually 2. Oh, and these are the little ones that, they're not very expensive. I think they cost me like $2. So having extra sippy cups. I don't know how many times my son loses his sippy cup or we go somewhere and I cannot find it for the life of me. So extra sippy cup is a must. Extra bottles of water. If you can keep at least 2 in your car, that would be great. Along with that, I have, and you can package it however you want, but snacks. What mom wants to be out of the house without these? And not that I ever go out without them, because snacks can save your life when you're out of the house with kids. But in that situation, I had nothing. I had absolutely nothing. And I have in here, I have granola bars, which are even great for me when I'm hungry and I've got gummies for the kids, I've got chips, applesauce pouches, and Cheez-Its. All stuff that they like and all stuff that if in an emergency I need to give them something, I can say that I can go to the back of the car and find this stuff. And this stuff, it's not going to go bad, so perfect for keeping in the car. Then I do have for my son, I have an emergency change of clothes. So emergency clean change of clothes and some socks just in case, because you never know. And then I would also suggest keeping a blanket if you can, like a small thin blanket if you ever need. You never know when you might need one. So those things are like emergency essentials to keep in the bin. And then, let me see what else. Okay, so then in that middle compartment in the front of the car is where I keep. So I love getting at the Dollar Tree these Lysol disinfectant wipes, little travel size. So convenient, so useful for everything. And then another pack of wipes, like just regular wipes to keep up in the middle compartment. And I say this because although I always have my baby bag with me, usually it's in the middle or the back seat or in the trunk or anything, and the extra pack of wipes is in the back too. This is within reach. How many times do you need to wipe hands, or do you need to wipe something that was spilled, which these also come in handy for that, and you don't have anything? And so this is great within reach, and I do like to keep these in a large Ziploc bag just because it helps it keep its moisture. So I keep these in a large Ziploc bag, and I keep it in the middle compartment. Also in the middle compartment, not sure if you've ever thought of this, but how many times do you go through a drive-thru and they forgot something like straws for your kids, and you know the world is going to come to an end if your child does not have a straw? Go to the Dollar Tree, get yourself a nice big pack of straws, and in a little Ziploc bag like this, you have straws. Also, I keep this in the middle compartment because, again, it's within reach. Tissues. What kid doesn't have a boogery nose and says, I need a tissue, or you're like, I need to wipe your nose or something? Tissues. Again, Dollar Tree, tissues. You can't go wrong. Also in the middle compartment. Another thing I like to keep for my children, plastic utensils. Because again, like the straws, you never know when you're going to go through a drive-thru or something, or if you have a snack for your kid or something that they might need a spoon for. Now, I wouldn't say just for a snack, but mostly it's for like fast food restaurants. A lot of times we go through the bag, we check our food, and sometimes we forget things. So these two things are a must. Spoons, knives, forks, whatever it is. I can't say how many times I have actually used these, and I'm so thankful that I have had it in the front compartment of my car. So we've got Lysol wipes, we've got regular wipes, we've got tissues, hand sanitizer, and I don't have one on me, but hand sanitizer is great to have in the car. So what I do is I keep one in the side where my door is on the side, and it's like a little pump, so I keep that with me. And then I also have one of the spray ones that I keep in the middle compartment. So those are great. And then in the back seat for the kids, I like to keep, and the space is a little bit tight back there, so I try to be realistic of what I'm using and how I'm using my space. So I love, here, let me show you guys. I love these little tubs, these shallow tubs, like I don't know if they're dish tubs or what they are called. I love these tubs from the Dollar Tree. They are absolutely great. And so in here, this is so easy to put on the floor, put in the middle of the back seat where the kids can reach it. And I love to put toys, little books, whatever it can hold. Typically it is books, anything to keep them entertained. I have these little magnetic play sets for my daughter, things that they like to use in the car. So little toys or anything, and when they're done, they just throw them back in here. So this is really, really convenient to keep. And if you have something else, I know that they sell like special storage bins that you can that are made for the back seat. Another one that I used to use and I no longer use is the car seat, the back, what is it called? The car seat, no, it's not for the car seat, I'm sorry. It's for the back of the passenger seat, and it's like, it has a bunch of storage on it. So I had that for a while, and for me personally, it did not work. So I stopped using it because my daughter, her foot would get caught in it, and it would just, like, they never put anything in it. In this, it's so easy because they just throw the toy in. There's no putting it in a specific pocket or anything like that. You just throw it in, and you can throw it on the floor. You can move it to the back trunk. You can move it wherever you need to, but it is great. $1 at the Dollar Tree for this. $1. I love the Dollar Tree, let me tell you. And then the last thing 4 kids, and I mean this really depends on if you like to use the carriers for kids. So I'm not big on using my carrier anymore just because my son is bigger, but when I am out with my kids, it is convenient sometimes to wear him, especially when he's tired, and it's just easier if I wear him. So I always keep under the seat in the back, I always keep my carrier, always. I never take it out of the car if I don't need to, and if I do, I put it back, because this thing is a lifesaver when your toddler falls asleep. If you can still wear them, it is perfect to have. So that's just a few things. I'm sure there's a lot more things that I could think of. I do have an umbrella in my car for the kids and ponchos that I do keep under the seats, but you know, that's really during rainy season that I would need that. And there are other car essential stuff that I keep in the car, but this is mainly for kids, like that you can think of, you know, for when you have one of those mommy moments where you feel like mom fail, you know, like I had. So, but it happens to the best of us, and it's better to be prepared and know that you're in whatever situation that it may be, that you are prepared, that you can go to your car and know that you have that there for an emergency situation. So I feel good now, because now I'm prepared, and now I don't have to worry. Now I just have to make sure that I put this stuff back, because if I don't put it back, then we're gonna have a problem. But yeah, so I really hope that this helped you guys out, maybe gave you guys some ideas, or motivated you to finally make that emergency bin that you have been thinking about doing, like I did, and never got to it. Do it before you need it, because when you need it, you're going to say, oh my gosh, why didn't I do that when I had the chance? So do it now. Get your stuff ready. Put it in the car. Get it done. So those were my tips. And just, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and I hope it motivated you to get this done and get this in your car, so that when you have an emergency come up, should it ever come up, you're ready, you're prepared, and you are not going to have your mom fail moment like I did. This really does work for me. I'm sure there's always more stuff that you can add to it, but this is like basic essentials that I can keep in my car that is not inconvenient to have in the car all the time. So anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.